Good morning. It is Monday, the 30th of September, 2024, and I'm literally just getting away from Great Keppel Island. I actually sailed off the mooring. Luckily, I snagged a mooring last night. How easy was that? So no anchor mess today. Yeah, so today the plan is to get to Cape Capricorn, where there are some anchorages. Basically, just breaking the journey between here and Gladstone. I'm looking to go into the marina there. I've heard so much about it. Plus, it's probably time I did some shopping. Really craving some fresh fruit and stuff around about now. So yeah, it's going to be a bit upwind to start with, but the tide will be with me. And by the time that finishes, the wind should swing around in my favor. So, yeah, here's hoping. Yeah, estimating 6 to 7 hours. Could be longer because if I've got to tack a fair bit of the way, then that's just going to take a bit longer, but that's okay. Just a light breeze at the moment. Beautiful sunny morning. And I stayed overnight in Monkey Beach, which apparently is a very nice snorkeling site. I didn't do any of that because I was just overnighting, basically. But yeah, I can't believe I snagged one of 2 public moorings there. So that made for a good night's sleep. It didn't bang against the hull, as they do. It did once just before I went to bed, and then it behaved itself after that. So it's a bit of a Queensland thing, that the way they've got the moorings set up. But that's okay. We appreciate them being there. So anyway, let's just look the other way. And I don't mean look the other way while I do something dodgy, just so you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, so just bearing away now towards the mainland. If you can see the built-up area there, that would be Emu Park. There, you can swing around, and that's Hippoon. Yeah, and there goes the ferry. So the ferry that runs out to Great Keppel Island. Doesn't matter, I'm not catching it anyway. So, yeah, beautiful calm sea. No swell to speak of. So, happy days. Well, it's a slow old start, as I expected. The wind's quite variable. I have done a few tacks already in the direction of Cape Capricorn, which is out that way somewhere. But I'm feeling the wind slowly going more to the east, which is forecast. So as time goes on, I'm rounding up further and further towards my destination. I think that's Wedge Island, Divided Island up there. Yeah, we've still got Emu Park there. Yeah, pleasant enough morning. There's a little bit of southeasterly swell in it, so which is not a problem, but yeah, it's good if that's what there is at Cape Capricorn, because that's what the anchorage is basically mainly sheltered from. So going very slowly, under 2 knots at the moment. But the tide should be carrying me along a bit too, and going slowly in the right direction at least is better than not. So, all good. And just looking back, that's Great Keppel. Haven't come that far. That beach looked quite good actually too for a shelter from yesterday's wind. However, it probably took a lot more roll too. So, yeah, it's, you're hiding from the wind or you're hiding from the swell. Make your choice. Still, not a lot of wind. It is trying to come in now though, and it is coming more, from a more easterly direction, so I can actually find I'm pointing straight at Cape Capricorn now. And it's slowly going further around, which means hopefully I can do a bit more of a broad reach later. That's Hummocky Island out there. If you can see it, that's Cape Capricorn ahead. And I can't see the screen very well. It's too bright. Yeah, mainland over there. What is it? Split Island and something about second sugar loaf or second sugar lump. Wedge Island, Emu Park. And going back, you can see that, Great Keppel is not that far away. So, yeah, just to the, left of that is Mall Island and South Keppel Island. So, I think that might be through the channel there. Anyway, It is nice and warm. Sparkling water. I don't know about you, but I'm not doing much, and when that's the case, I tend to think, what can I eat? I thought, well, fruit would be nice on a hot day like that. And I thought, oh yeah, I've got some pineapple stuff. I know it's out of a can, but hey, let's see. I don't have all these well, not that you want a freezer for this anyway. Yeah, after a week or 10 days or so, fruit tends to go off in this climate, particularly because it's pretty warm, humid. So I might tuck into some of this. I didn't find them especially cheap here in Queensland, to be honest. Otherwise I would have got some whole ones. I mean, yeah, probably half would go off by the time I got through it. But anyway, I'm going to have some cooling pineapple. Oh, that was nice and refreshing. Yeah, I'll just put the leftovers in my container here. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Yeah, Dawn Boss appetite strikes again. Back to motor sailing again. Yeah, had a little bit of wind for a while. Kind of died off. It still comes every now and then, but I'm just gonna motor sail for a bit. And if you haven't seen previous videos, it's basically I've got the engine and the sails up. With the slipstream that we actually create by motoring forward, the sails get some lift as well. So the hull basically gives you a little bit more push than either of those things on their own. Doing 4.3 knots as a result, and hopefully this wind as forecast will come in a little while. Every now and then getting ripples. Looking back at Great Keppel, not as far as I'd like to see it away, but that's alright. 11:30 in the morning, getting nice and warm. These long sea voyages. Sitting here amusing myself. Just played deck quotes. Yes, lost. And I worked out that 347 times around the deck is a kilometre. So I could go walking, but I could also fall off. So maybe that's not a great idea. Yeah, it's just a beautiful day out here. The sad part is I'm miles away now just from crossing the Tropic of Capricorn. That will be a sad moment to leave the tropics. So anyway, not like I won't be back. And I'm just waiting for that breeze to come in still. It's nearly midday, going along at about 4 knots, motor and sails as you know. And yeah, it's just going across glass. Even the whales can't be bothered today, so I haven't seen any of those. Dolphins, no. Turtles, well, don't really expect to. But you never know, they pop up in the most strange places. Well, I'm sure they're familiar with them, but us not so much. So it's nearly time to break this up by having lunch. So exciting days out here on the brain. So these are the little moments that excite me. It's just like, ooh, ripples, I can feel a bit of wind. Will it stay? Will it go? So far it's been going, not a lot of staying going on. You can see the glassy water up there, so I'm going with, yeah, it's probably not going to be sustained. So, but it gives me hope that it's coming along. Due to come early afternoon, and yeah, nearly there. I'll have lunch quickly so early afternoon comes on more quickly, see if that works. Okay, so the land up ahead is, I say Cape Capricorn at the end is where we're going. But this bit of mainland, well it's not actually, it's actually Curtis Island. And as you can see it disappears down through the middle there. It's a very narrow channel called, okay, anybody want to guess? The Narrows, yes. Go to the top of the class, don't take your books, you won't be there long. So if I went down into that bay, I could go through the Narrows, which are narrow, also very shallow. Can only be negotiated in certain tides. Tempting in some ways. The sandflies apparently are industrial in there. So that's a no from me. I think I've had enough sandflies. So yeah, I'm going to go around the outside and loop around the bottom of Curtis Island tomorrow, which will bring me into Gladstone. I have talked to them. They say they're very busy at the marina, but they should be able to find me something if I give them a call tomorrow. Anyway, happy days. Breeze is staying in a little bit, not that much of it, but brings me hope that something is going to happen. Oh, and there goes the weather report from Yeppoon. Okay, better go and check that out. Okay, so the long-awaited breeze is finally here. Yeah, nice little gentle breeze coming in from the east. That's Hummocky Island up ahead. Sounds more like a description than a name. And that's all part of Curtis Island, the big island that Cape Capricorn is actually on. And yeah, as I said, if you go around that corner around the bottom to the left, you go through the Narrows. So, on we go. Yeah, just interesting watching this in slow-mo with the patterns and stuff generated as the waves go through the what we believe is coral polyps, basically spore or whatever they are, drifting off to set up shop somewhere else. So plenty of it. Interesting smell. It almost smells like some sort of phosphate or something, I don't know, but yeah, unless that's what it is, of course. But yes, a little bit of a breeze coming through at least, so making better progress now, and also without the noise of the engine, which is also my favourite. Making good progress now, sitting between 4 and 5 knots, sometimes going over. Hummocky Island's getting close, in the distance there, Cape Capricorn, and you can probably see some sand dunes and stuff there. That is probably a place called Yellow Patch. It's a sort of a river estuary, with amazing coloured sand dunes and stuff. The only problem is I think that's probably going to be too much of a challenge getting my boat in there, which is why I've opted not to go that way this time. Yeah, maybe another day when I know the conditions are going to be perfect and I've got time to spare. Nearly even with Hummocky Island. Seem to be getting a bit of chop here for some of the reason. Yeah, so Cape Capricorn there. And somewhere before that is the actual Tropic of Capricorn. So I believe it's 23.26.09.9. Which I will try and keep an eye out for. Sad moment though, leaving the tropics. I don't know. Is it too late to turn around? It's never too late to turn around. Depends what you want to achieve, I guess. Hey. Okay, we're sailing along this part of Curtis Island. Quite a large island. And it's pretty well bush covered. Nice. Lots of wild areas up here. Just minutes away now from crossing out of the tropics. So great to visit, as always. Well, next time I guess when I go to the reunion in Malaysia, we'll be back in the tropics. So, yeah. It always calls. About 4 nautical miles to go now, so drawing closer. There's the Cape, and I'm going to swing around here and make an assumption that is Yellow Patch. Should actually be Orange Patch, but yeah, it's that river estuary I mentioned.
another time. If the tides are right and I have the time to fit in with them, then I'd certainly like to go and check it out. It is a popular place, but challenging for deeper draft boats like mine. So overnighting here, I intend to get away early in the morning because it's quite a long leg tomorrow, around the island and into Gladstone.
Getting closer now. Yeah, I think there are 3 boats in there. One of them looks like a yacht, but I think it's a catamaran, so that's not going to help me determine the suitability of the depth very much. So let's go in and do it by braille. Yellow patch. Arr.
Here I am, anchored at Cape Capricorn. Yeah, I was quite lucky actually, because it's quite a small anchorage, and I was just looking around for a place, and the catamaran that we saw earlier in here left. So I moved out into the middle of the little bay, and here I am. Yeah, so I'd love to go for a walk up there. It's 4:30 in the afternoon though, and I really don't like to leave the boat for a while after I'm anchored, just so I can make sure that everything is good. Anyway, it's a good little spot, good jumping off point for tomorrow's sail. So I'm all ready to go basically. I'll go early, so it's basically a matter of head out here, turn right and sail. So that sounds simple, doesn't it?
Okay, taking stock of my anchorage now, and I'm just trying to work out what's on shore. Oh, my focus is trying to read that sign with binoculars. I can't do, but actually, I think it says "Do not enter." Now, what I worked out here is that's actually a funicular railway. You flew it up. It goes up to the house. Okay, so you can see it. Oh, sorry, the boat's just stopping moving. Yeah, you can see the railway at the top there, so it goes all the way down. At some stage, that platform there must be at the water, because you can see it's been washed away, not washed away, but weathered at the bottom where the sea must have touched it. And I assume it's a path up to the house, so maybe me not being able to go ashore is all the biggie. It's private property. Anyway, there we are. Happy days here at Cape Capricorn.
Thank you for watching another Fast Forward to Queensland video. As always, don't forget to like, comment on YouTube and subscribe to Dawn Radar.